It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Cleveland Browns. And it comes your way next.
Along the shores of Lake Erie, the Dog Pound already in full roar. We welcome you to Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson. Or should I say Dean Olson, because tight end U doesn't happen without you. And we've got a great matchup here. We've got two of the best at your position in the current game right now.
And Mike, when I came into the league, almost 20 years ago, there was a handful of really elite tight ends. But doesn't it just seem, especially over these last couple years, every single team, at least the ones that make their mark and find themselves in the playoffs, compete for Super Bowls, have a legitimate #1 threat at the tight end position. It almost feels like if you don't have a tight end, your offense is missing a key piece. I know I'm biased, but at tight end U, man, we make no mistake about it. We think we are the most important position in football, and you're not going to convince me otherwise.
And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early in this game, they're going to come out swinging right from their opening whistle.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. And he's going to be dropped behind the line. Terrific push defensively. They came out of the locker room ready to go.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll stick with him again. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Miami offense will make their way onto the field. They are led out by a man who's done this now for a long time. Their veteran quarterback.
And after studying this quarterback, Mike, I really like the way he carries himself. He really takes accountability. Every time there's something that goes wrong, he puts it on his shoulders. And every time there's success, he's always the first one to give it to everybody else. That's the kind of leadership role you're looking for out of this position, and I think this guy's a great example of it.
Here's a first carry for their running back, and he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. Back to throw. Quick throw, taken in. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. A gain there of 11. Good for a Dolphins first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
On first and 10, they'll set up to throw. They'll come up now for second down and 4. Now a give on the ground. And he'll get the first down there, a pickup of about 5 yards.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Now a first and 10 from the 38-yard line. Now they'll set up to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Second and a yard. He'll look to throw. Quick throw out wide. It's caught. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And, man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Back to the air one more time. This one complete right side. And the Dolphins are going to have a first and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Defense. Still first down.
So now, from half the distance closer, here's first and goal. They'll look to throw yet again. That is caught. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Miami.
Touchdown, Miami.
Now, the extra point. His kick is good. And the Dolphins will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Browns offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Certainly not one of his better throws, but what I've loved out of this quarterback today, Mike, was just how aggressive he's remained throughout the entire course of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Even if it falls incomplete, it opens up everything else in this passing game, and they've had their way so far today.
Trying to set up the screen, but it is not there. He just had to spike it. It's incomplete, and it'll bring up 4th down.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Take it in, back at his own 12. And he'll get a few yards on this return, up past the 15-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive, so try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
They'll look to throw. Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
It's a big play there for Miami. 55 yards on the game.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Quickly to the outside and complete. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. He's out of bounds at the 2. A 1st down there on a gain of 12. 2 yards from 6 points. It is 1st down and goal. This one caught just past the pylon. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Touchdown, Miami.
The teamwork was just ideal there. Greg, we don't see practice all week, but we see it pay off in the game.
And when you have a wide receiver, Mike, that can operate near the sideline, it just increases the amount of space that quarterback has to work with. He knows that he can put that ball maybe a little bit further away from the defender, knowing he's got the guy on the other end to not only secure the catch, but to keep it.
And before the try, remember, it is a touchdown. All scoring plays are reviewed, so replay will confirm this one before we do anything else.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. The extra point try forthcoming. The kick is good, and the Dolphins will extend their 1st quarter lead. It's now 14-0. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. Browns offense getting set to get back to work. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He's got a receiver wide open, left side. They get 14 on that hookup. It's a Browns 1st down.
It's so early in the game, you have to be careful now as coaches and players that you don't find yourself trailing early and get out of your game plan. There is so much time left. Stick to what you've worked on all week. There's plenty of time to chip away and see if you can make this thing close come the 4th quarter.
They'll go with a counter on 1st down. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing now from the gun. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
Third and long. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete.
I know it fell for an incompletion, but pretty impressive. He was able to push that ball really far downfield as he was being hit. Really says a lot about the arm strength that this quarterback has.
Here's their punter now, as he is on to punt for Cleveland. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Dolphins offense about ready to take over once more. They've raced out to a 14-0 lead. They've done nothing wrong so far. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. In trouble, and down he goes.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. What do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. He'll try to carry that ball loosely, and it is out. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
Punt team comes out. Dolphins going to kick it away. Now, fair catch. He'll take it at about the 24-yard line. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
Third and 6. Here comes the screen to Brooks. He's going to have the first down. That one good for 9, and the drive continues.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
So, first and 10 here now at the 38. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. They'll come up on a second down and 8. We are through 1. It's the Dolphins with the early lead. And we're back to Cleveland in a minute. Second down and 8. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Down the sideline, past the 45. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. A gain there of 27 yards.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
On the draw, it's Brooks. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing in and dropping him for a loss.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
So after the loss on first, here's second and 14. Now this time they'll look to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught.
Really nice job there defensively, playing the integrity of that zone defense so well. Anytime an offense is running these crossing routes or these underneath drag routes, they're trying to cause confusion with the underneath zone defenders. In this case, they all stuck to their reads, they all played their responsibilities, and they're not able to pick up any additional yards after the catch.
And that is incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. This will begin at their own 13-yard line, so work to do starting with this first and 10. Back to throw. Quick throw taken in. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop, and that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. So, Mike, at the core of a successful zone read play is that the quarterback understands which defender is he responsible for. That is the defender they're trying to put in a bind. In this case, he chooses the runner, the quarterback pulls the ball, and he's able to take off for a big gain. Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
They'll run for the first time with their fullback. And the defense there to meet them. They'll hold them to 2 and bring up third down. He'll drop to throw. He's going to take a shot down the field. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up fourth down.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
The Browns offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin with 1st and 10. His throw left side is complete. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. That's caught. It's Brooks out of the backfield. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend, make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone. Defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Now they'll set up to throw. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide-angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
And that is incomplete.
And after that last incompletion, it's really the story of the game. This offense has had a really hard time sustaining drives that can lead to points. You can sense the frustration, not only on the sideline, but really in the entire stadium. They've got to get something going, especially early in these drives, so they can find themselves in scoring position and come away with some points.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Dolphins offense ready to take over once again. Their lead sits at 14-0 here in this second quarter, looking to run away with this one before halftime. First and 10. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Quick throw here is complete.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end.
On second and 10, they'll try to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
So after picking up some positive yardage on first down, they end up going backwards on second. That sack now brings up third and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. He'll look to throw. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough third down situation, and now it brings up fourth down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
A fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The Browns offense ready to take over once more. They'll start it here with a first and 10. This one's going to be taken in over the middle. They'll mark them down up at the 44-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Now, faking the give. Now a shot here, deep middle. That is knocked away, incomplete. Good coverage there defensively, all over him. And it'll be second down.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. They need to say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase first downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small. And oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove.
They need 8 as they come up for third down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
On comes the punter now. He'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. The Dolphins offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. And that defender's bearing down. You really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
Throwing right, it's taken in, and he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
Handoff here, up the middle, and he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Here's 3rd and 7. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Going up top. That is hard. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. A big-time play for the Dolphins. 37 yards.
And this offense is now really on the move, Mike, and it's the passing game that's leading the way. They've been able to march their way downfield thanks to this aerial attack, so don't expect them to go to the ground game anytime soon. If I'm this play caller, I'm continuing to lead on this, not only in this drive, but probably for the rest of this game.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. 12 yards on the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
It's been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
They'll try to run this one in. And no signal, waiting. They say he did not break the play. He's down inside the 1. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw. To the end zone. It's intercepted.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot to get his hands on the ball and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The home team's offense ready to get back at it. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a first down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
It's first down, and they'll run. And that'll be a pickup of 3. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll have more from Cleveland after this. 2nd and 7. He'll go left side here and complete this one. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a first down.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job.
Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
This is why every defense wants to play with the lead, because it allows them to just tee off on the quarterback. Go rush the passer. You're not worried about them handing the ball off or little quick game. You know they're chasing points, so what can you do? You can get after this guy, and boy, have they ever.
Open man, and that's Tillman. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple, and sets up 3rd down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion. Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
A fair catch taken here, and it's going to come right at the 15-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. And he's going to have this one up near the 28. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in this second quarter. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. Now Miami going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. The Dolphins going to use their final timeout here, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go until halftime. So, a couple of first downs will give them 1st and 10. They're at the 41. Back to the air one more time. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Really nice job with the protection up front. Just nobody could get open downfield. So it's a combination of your offensive weapons have to do a better job taking advantage of that time to work and separate. But also, how impressive is that by that defense to be able to cover for that amount of time?
On 3rd down, we'll try to get it on the ground. And now we'll get a late timeout coming in the waning moments of this 2nd quarter. Here's the punter now. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. So we're at the half, and the visiting Dolphins are in the lead. As we'll get you down to Orlando now, that's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Michael, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break. But I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the 2nd half. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the 2nd half is underway. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Quick hitting slant there. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
Mike, think back to our conversation during the break. We've kind of both asked ourselves, are they content with this double-digit lead? Do they come out and play conservative here in the 2nd half? Well, it took exactly one play to get our answer.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. Up the middle they go. And he'll weave his way down close to that first down. Going to come up just a little shy. It's going to be third down and short. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. Open man left side, he's got it. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
3rd and inches, you see a lot of teams try to take a shot. Why, Mike? Because they know on 4th and inches, they still have a chance to convert the first down. The shot wasn't there, but they're still able to pick up a nice gain and convert and bring up first down.
Here comes the blitz as he looks. Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Back to throw. Quick throw, taken in. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
They'll look to throw again. There's that man again. Another catch. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
He'll bang that one through. It's good. And the Dolphins stake themselves to a 17-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The home team's offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They trail this one 17-0 now. Really need to find some inspiration, some momentum on this drive, as they'll begin here with first down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it to the tight end, and he fits it in on the corner route. How about 25 yards to start the drive? First down.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. A quick throw that's complete on the slant. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. That is incomplete.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum. Figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air.
Try to pick this one up on the ground. They get 18 on that one. First down, Cleveland.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks, so don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Metcalf makes the grab again. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal.
It's really just an extended handoff. Get the ball out wide to your running back in space and make the defense tackle him. That's really all this is. Something small turns into a nice pickup.
Here's a run. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Give up the middle, and he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. Touchdown, Browns.
Well, after being shut out in the first half, it has to feel good for this offense, Mike, to just get on the board, get something going. But now the question we have to ask is there enough time to come all the way back?
Yeah, just some belief, right, Greg? Just let's watch these guys on the next few drives. Did that give them a little belief that they can stay in this game? Best way to start with that score. Extra point try forthcoming. He's got it. And the Browns are back in this one. It's 17-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The visitors' offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. And you see the numbers for him into this third quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open and electric throughout. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. And he kept that play alive as long as he could, but the rush eventually gets to him and takes him down.
They just have to be better on 1st down. They've got to find a way to continue to operate ahead of the sticks, and I don't mind throwing it on 1st down. That is the best down in football to attempt to pass, but if they don't protect the passer, none of it's going to matter.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll throw out of the gun. Throwing over the middle. This one is complete. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
On 3rd down, they'll throw from the gun. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
The Browns offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And that's going to get closed up quickly. He'll get only to the 37. They'll look to throw. And this ball batted away and incomplete.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
Thrown left side, the catch is made.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
Punting time for the Browns. They're set to kick it away. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they'll try to keep it going. Here's 1st and 10. Drive will start on the ground. And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off.
The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
They'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up the 1st down.
Ball start.
Through the contact, it's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
Good work there to get this back close to a 1st down. 13 on the gain. It sets up a much more manageable 3rd and 2.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in.
Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
No, Mike, I really like this game plan, right? The strategy on 3rd and short so often is, okay, just get enough for the 1st down. If you decide to air it out, everything short, get a fresh set of downs. They're saying the defense is going to pack it in close. They're protecting the sticks. So let's just throw it over their head and try to go for a big play.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. Now a deep ball toward the end zone.
I can sit up here all day, Mike, and we can talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved a touchdown along the way.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now, faking the give. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final act here in this 3rd quarter. Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. They'll try the right side this time. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. Good running. Gets them down to about the 4-yard line.
2-possession lead, fourth quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stopping it.
A run on 1st and goal. A dive, and he's in. Touchdown, Miami. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Now the try for an extra point. The kick is good. And the Dolphins up their lead. It's now 24-7. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Browns offense make their way out to take over once more. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
It's a pickup of 13 yards. It's a Browns first down.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the fourth quarter.
And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. That's to the open man. It's Tillman. Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a first down.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play, winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
Here's a handoff to Brooks. And a nice tackle in the open field limits the game to only 1. Here's 2nd and 9. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
Kevin Stefanski going to turn to his field goal unit. His kick is good. And the Browns are back within 2 scores.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken around the 11. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense back onto the field for their next possession. As we look back at some of the highlights in this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
I'll give on the ground, and nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now here's a keeper on the zone read. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. 16-yard pickup on that one. 1st down, Miami.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time.
1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. Still keeping the legs moving, somehow managing to turn that into a gain. Here's a 2nd and 9. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8. Don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it, and he is going to have the Dolphins first down. He has it by plenty. They keep the drive alive here on 3rd and inches.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that first down himself.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw. And he'll get this forward only to about the 32-yard line. Second down and 8. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. They've converted twice on 3rd down on this drive. Now facing 3rd and 3. Back to throw. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
Big-time completion right there. And this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
They keep finding ways to keep this drive alive, and they're set up now for 1st and goal. A short game, down to the 7. Here now, 2nd down and goal. He's got it at the 3. And he's in. Touchdown, Dolphins. Now the try here for the point after. He gets it to go, and the Dolphins will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. Things not looking good, but see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Back to throw here to begin the drive. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 38-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. There's that man again, another catch. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll look to throw again. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion. And then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Back to the air one more time. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
A toss, left side, caught by his running back.
We tend to make NFL offense very complicated, Mike, but sometimes it's as simple as this. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and just let them do the rest.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up 1st downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
They'll look to throw yet again. That's caught. It's Brooks out of the backfield. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So I know the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. It just wasn't quite meant to be.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. He'll look to throw. That is caught to the goal line and in. Touchdown, Cleveland. They'll line it up to kick the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Browns are able to cut into the deficit. This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Now, a running play. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down. To the ground, he'll get it again. Now we'll get a timeout, Cleveland. That's their second. We'll talk things over before third down. They'll drop to throw. Open man, right side. He's got it. The Browns going to use the last of their timeouts now. 70 seconds left to go in this game. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So, a win here for the visiting Dolphins. They were the aggressors from the start, able to dictate the pace of play, and in the end, they come away with the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we wish you a good night from Cleveland.